Thank you, Robert. Wow. I am liking that song, yeah. Good morning. It's so exciting to be here with you. I say this every time I do this, but that blue light there, it's like, Art, go into the light, but not right now. So I'm going to wait. We are talking about declaring your oneness or Godness and being excited about it. And now, as I was thinking about this, I was thinking about if there was one thing that we could convey to people that would start them unstoppably on their evolutionary path, because that's what we're all about here. We're all about evolving, okay? Becoming our potential, step by step. So if there was one thing that I could tell you that would get you on your path, it would be get present to your oneness. Accept your oneness. Because you see, the world that we have right now is all based on the house of cards that's called separation. And separation has been around for a long time. And so a lot of the things that we experience and see in day-to-day life is based on you being isolated, separated from each other, and then from the planet and from the whole, okay? And so if we want to evolve, if we want more of the same, then we just need to keep doing the same thing, and we'll be fine, continuing life as it is. But there's so much more, and it's through that door of declaring your oneness, understanding it, okay? So let's go to the next one. So I'm going to throw a couple cartoons in there. Okay, not the whole universe. I just wanted to attain oneness with Keira Knightley. Okay? All right. There you go. That's not my personal sentiment, by the way, but his. Okay? I like this one, though. Ha ha, dog. He's looking through there, and he looks inwardly. Ha ha, God. Kind of interesting. Okay? And if you think about it, now, that's one of those mysteries for me is like, why do we call dogs dogs? And God, God. But it is kind of interesting that dogs love us unconditionally. Dogs can tear stuff up. I've got my dog Buster. I came home one day and I had to clean my house with a lawn rake because of that little dog. Okay? It was a bad day. And that happens in life. Sometimes we have to clean up our communities with a lawn rake. Things happen. But then you look at how dogs love us. They just love us. They're just happy to see us there. And can you imagine if we pictured God that way? That God is just happy to see us, just happy to see you evolving, just happy for you to be happy. Okay? And I think that there's a lot of truth to that, and that's why that one kind of struck me. All right, so let's go to the next one. Sometimes, we get the big picture. We are all one. The small print, did you get the small print? Okay, except for you. All right? And we think, oh, this is great. I'm going to hear Art talk, and he's going to give us all this stuff, and it's really going to be exciting, but it doesn't apply to me. Because I'm different. Because I'm separate. Because I'm less than. Because I have all this baggage, and because somebody told me when I was 4 years old that I was less than, and I'm still living into it now. So obviously all this applies to everybody else who's much more evolved than me, and not me. And the whole world is moving along except for me. Okay? The thing is, what happens to you happens to everyone. We really are one. And so we're going to have a little bit of a journey. And when I was thinking about this, I was thinking, wow, I could go into a lot of really complex stuff. And I thought, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just broaden this to a lot of really smart people who said some amazing things. But first of all, we're going to go and delve into the dictionary. So let's go to the next one. Declaration. To declare. To say or state something in an official or public way. To say something in a strong, confident way. Now, we picked declare as one of the subjects for the month because we celebrate our independence and the Declaration of Independence. I don't think we would be an independent country if it would have been, the mumbling of independence. Okay? Yeah, we'd like to be free. Kind of a thing. It wouldn't work. We're like declaring. We are a free nation. We are a free people. And guess what? We're going to just rock the world. We're going to change the world. So when we declare our oneness, you can't be faking it. Okay? See, the thing is, when we work internally, we always know whether we're telling the truth or not. So when we work as practitioners with you, what we want you to do is get present to the truth. Because we get so good at lying to ourselves that we don't know we're lying to ourselves. Okay? And so what we want to do is separate that. Because that declaration, that truth is there. Kinesiology. Anybody heard of kinesiology, muscle testing? Okay, muscle testing is a real deal. There are books and books on it. And here's a great example. They did a test on college students, and they had a whole room of them, and they took 2 envelopes, blank envelopes. One carried an inert substance, and one carried aspartame. And so they did muscle testing on all these students. And tested them on, and you can do that, whether you're strong or weak on something. Kinesiology, basically when we are confronted with lie or false or not good for us, our muscles get weak. And you can register that. And if something's true or good for us, we are strong. And so they're holding the envelope of aspartame, and they test them and see if they're weak or strong. And all of them, 100% were weak, and they know it was in the envelope. Okay? And then they tested them with the inert substance, and everybody tested positive for it. They were strong. Now, nobody knew what was in the envelope. Okay? Nobody came in with a preconceived notion. And even on double-blind study tests, they never get 100%, but they did here. And muscle testing did that. Kinesiology did that. Okay? What the point I'm making here is that your consciousness knows the truth all the time. So all the stuff that's less than truth is a conscious construct. People who've taken my classes, I like to use that word construct. Because when you have a construct, you literally lay a foundation for it, and then you build on top of it. This whole little structure. And it's held together by ideas and notions. And every glue, every nail, everything you put in there is past experience that goes and supports this construct. And when you build a house out of garbage, or you build a house out of true materials, it still looks like a house. Only one is going to stand the test of time, and one is going to eventually fall. So when we engage in the conversation of oneness with everything that is, that oneness then is the door to getting rid of all that junk and accepting a divine truth that we are all one. Can you imagine what would happen to the world if in an instant we all got it? And all these people who are raging across the Middle East right now, and people who are flinging rockets, if they all got it, that it's not them and us, that what I'm doing to them, I'm doing to me, what would happen? So I challenge us to be ambassadors of oneness, to declare oneness, starting with yourself. You see, there's this thing. You can't give away what you don't have. And so I challenge you to grasp this concept of oneness and take it with you. Let's go to the next one. Oneness, a state of being completely united with a part of something, of something or someone. Now the key is completely united, not conditionally united, all right? Not, well, maybe kind of, sort of, if I behave, if I do all these things, I'll be united. By my works, I'll get united. God will somehow reach down. No, it's just a state of being united with all that is. All that is. Big A, little a. Doesn't matter. It's all that is. And you're a part of that. Okay? And when we are at our weakest is when we embrace anything less than that. So our evolutionary state has to be one of understanding and embracing that oneness that we are. Let's go to the next one. So Jeshua, he said, and you guys have heard me quote this one before, and this is in John 17:22. I do not ask on behalf of these alone, but also, but for those who believe in me through their word, that they may all be one, even as you, Father, are in me and I in you, that they also may be in us, so that the world may believe that you sent me. The glory to which you have given me, I have given to them, that they may be one just as we are one. Now see, the thing is, he knew that they were one, and when he's going may, we oftentimes misinterpret that as, well, they weren't one and so they're going to be one. No, it's that being, that truth that they can live into it, that's who they are. He's declaring it. I got this. We're one. We're one. Now let's have them get it. And the glory and the power that you've given me, I'm giving to them, because that's who they are. Let's see if they can figure it out. Let's go to the next one. I and them and you and me, so that they may be brought to complete unity. There again, remember I was talking about that little example before, the word. Okay, that oneness, complete unity. Okay, then the world will know that you have sent me and have loved them even as you have loved me. So that prayer, and this is a prayer that he was offering, that they would get it, that we would get it. Okay, that oneness. So it's not conditional, it's not based on worthiness, it's not based on ideal, or if you're keeping all the rules. What he's saying is, I just want them to get it. I get it. I see it. Let them see it. And we've been toying around with this for a couple thousand years, and we still go into separation, and then we go back to unity, and then people figure it out, and then the separate people come and wipe them out, and we get held in this perpetual state of separation. So right now, the challenge I give to you is open your heart and your mind up to unity, up to oneness with each other, understanding that what I do to my neighbor, I do to me. Okay? The love I give is the love I receive. The abundance I give is the abundance I receive. It's all a nice little echo chamber, kind of like this room. Okay, sound. It all comes back to us. Let's go to the next one. So, we are one with the divine. That is the truth. Okay? We are one with the divine. Now remember I talked about kinesiology, okay? And here's what we're going to do, a fun little test now. So in kinesiology, you make a ring, like an OK, and you hold that nice and tight, okay? And you take these two fingers, and you're going to try to pull it apart, okay? So when you say something true, your little circle stays nice and tight. And when you say something false, it opens up just a little bit. It's not going to fly loose like you're paralyzed, okay? It's just going to open up. It's going to, your muscles aren't as strong. And sometimes it's a subtle change, all right? So let's try it first with, we are one with the divine. So I want you to say, I am one with the divine, and then try to open up your little circle. I am one with the divine. And look how strong that is. Anybody's circle fall apart? Even to see, the thing is, even if you are fundamentally at odds with that, okay, if you know, God bless you, if you're a Bible belter and you're going, that guy is the biggest blasphemer on the planet. And I say this, it doesn't matter, because it's the truth. We're one with the divine. Now, we're going to try another part now. We're going to say, okay, make our little circle, and we're going to go, I am not one with the divine. I am not one with the divine. Notice how it opened up a little bit? Isn't that kind of cool? Okay, I'm not there working your finger, and I didn't hypnotize you, all right? Some people, he's hypnotized. Group hypnotism. Okay, let's have everybody dance like a chicken. Obviously, that's not happening. You're not hypnotized, okay? The whole point is, with truth, it works. So get comfortable accepting your divinity, your oneness with the divine. And you know, I think about that because I'm thinking, why do we wrestle with that? And it's because we've always been trained that, well, God's over there and I'm here, and God's big and I'm little. And, okay, and then I start thinking about, well, you know, it's interesting because truth, you are here. And you don't see God like sitting in the chair next to you, but God courses through each and every one of us, holding all this matter together, okay, that's all taking the form that it is, and it's all in that great metaphysical oneness. But then I started thinking about my kids. And my kids aren't me, but my kids are me. Okay? I'm one with my kids. I mean, physically, biologically, but they're separate. I mean, they're separate and they're living their life, but they have me in them. coursing through them every second. Can't take it out. Just is what it is. Okay? That's how it is with you and the divine. Coursing through you. You can't take it out. But the power in accepting it is amazing if you let it happen. Let's go to the next one. So Buddha. Now I'm not just going to all, say, I tried to find a big cross section here. Thousands of candles can be lit from a single candle, and the life of the candle will not be shortened. Okay? Happiness never decreases by being shared. A great declaration of oneness. Let's go to the next one. Peace Pilgrim. And now that's her picture there. I tried to find pictures of each one of these folks there so you see who's saying this. Praying without ceasing is not ritualized, nor are there even words. It is a constant state of awareness of oneness with God. Okay? That's what prayer is all about. You see, you don't got to go, you start praying and saying, oh, God, notice I'm here and help me out because somehow I got lost. No, what it is prayer's going, what's the truth? I just lost my way. Well, the truth is, God's with me right here. Why can't I feel it? Why am I closing my eyes? Maybe I need to open my eyes and see the obvious. So I pray and open the obvious, or open my eyes to the obvious, to the recognition of that oneness with the divine. Let's go to the next one. Okay? Swami Vivekananda said, all differences in this world are of degree and not of kind, because oneness is the secret of everything. Think about that. So I'm telling you that oneness is the door, and if you declare that oneness, that you're oneness with everything in the divine, don't put any excepts in there, any buts. Okay, don't let your butt get in the way. All right? Your butt can stop you. Well, I'm one with everything, but, okay? And we all have big butts, okay? And so, don't nobody take that personal, all right? We all got big butts, and so we got to shrink our butts down, okay? Let those butts get a little bit smaller, okay? Actually, a lot smaller, because that butt doesn't serve us, all right? Oneness is the secret of everything. Let's go to the next one. Ralph Waldo Trine. A miracle is nothing more or less than this. Anyone who has come into a knowledge of his true identity, your true identity, of his oneness with the all, pervading wisdom and power, this makes it possible for laws higher than the ordinary mind knows of to be revealed to him or her. All starts with oneness. Are you getting that? Get comfortable with it. Okay? Think about it. And sometimes this looks kind of silly because what I'm doing in essence is going, that door is accepting oneness and everything possible and limitless is on the other side, but you got to go through the door. And we're like, oh, yeah, well, but I'm here in this room. I don't know if I want to go through the door. And I'm telling you, it's just a door. Okay? But the things that are on that side, the other side, like he's talking about here, is amazing. And that's the secret to whittling down your butt. Okay? So let's go to the next one. Okay, Mohandas Gandhi. The essence of all religions is one. Only their approaches are different. Okay? Where love is, there God is also. And love is oneness. Okay? When we go back to that whole thing, that oneness pervades everything. Next one, please. Okay, Desmond Tutu. The God who existed before any religion counts on you to make the oneness of humanity, of the human family, known and celebrated. He knows it. Okay? I mean, and so when we're going, well, gee, this is just a, Center for Spiritual Living. No. Anybody who gets that switch in their head that clicks on and they start going into those amazing places that we're all capable of, all come to the same conclusion. Whoa, it's about oneness. It's about oneness. Holy cow, if we're all one and we're one with everything, then that means everything's one with me. And then I'm one with God? How dare me? Wow, how dare me? See, the thing is, it's amazing. And so we build the path, and then we say, well, I'm going to lay all my paces down until I get to that one about that oneness with God, source, divine, the one. Okay? Now remember, when Moses is standing in front of the burning bush, And, it's a big deal because he's a goat herder, and a sheep herder, and he's out there, not burning bushes, burning, but it's not really burning, and he's talking to God. And he asks God, okay, when I go to Pharaoh and I'm supposed to do all this stuff, who shall I say sent me? And he said, I am. Tell them I am sent you. Now, it wasn't a joke, although maybe it was, because he could have come up with a really jazzy name. But instead, he's like, hey, I'll give you something to think about. Tell them I am sent you. And then Moses says, okay, got it. I got it. I'm going to tell them I am sent you. And then the bush goes out, and he's walking home. He's going, wait a minute. I'm going to tell him I am sent me. That's going to make me look like a psycho to Pharaoh, because Pharaoh's going to go, who sent you? I am. Okay, I get that. I am. Who's on first? I don't know. Who's on second? I am. But really, if you take that and you break that down into meditation, and you do the I am meditation, and you start declaring I am one with the I am, just that sentence, just meditate on that. I am one with the I am, one with the I am. That kind of helps knock that door down. Let's go next one. Okay, Erwin Schrödinger, I love the hair, don't you? Okay, quantum physics thus reveals the basic oneness of the universe. So scientists are going, hey, wait, we're seeing it's all one. And some of you who saw that one talk that I gave, where we're using planets and space and all that stuff, it's all one. So there's a physical realm. So if you're uncomfortable with the spiritual and you want to use the scientific, these guys, and he's declaring this back in the 1930s. Okay, quantum physics, it's all one. And now we've come back, and with our technology and computer-assisted mathematics, we're coming back and going, well, those guys, they were right. It's all one. And it's all one, and it could all be inside this or all that, but it's all the same. Let's go next one. Okay, Ram Dass, if I go into the place in myself that is love, and you go into the place in yourself that is love, we are together in love. Then you and I are truly in love, the state of being love. That's the entrance to oneness. So remember, I was talking about love, okay, and how love is oneness, and God is love, and God is one. We're doing some math in our heads here. Start to kind of come to some of these conclusions. Whoa. So we start loving each other in that oneness. How do I love my neighbor? I see my neighbor as myself, because my neighbor is a reflection of myself. And the thing that pisses me off about my neighbor is the thing that enrages me about myself, that I see in myself. We have that distinction. We can go, people make us mad because, wow, they just make me mad. And then we do the math. We're going, oh, that makes me mad because, ooh, that's a mirror, and that's me, and I don't like that. And so I want to distance myself from that. Therefore, you were bad. You're the problem, not me. See how that works out? But in love, in true love, in loving our neighbor as ourselves, we flip that, and we take the negativity out, and we love them because they are the things we love about ourselves. Let's go to the next one. Okay. Ravi Ravindra, he said, the self says I am, as in the very grand sayings of Christ, especially, and that's the one that he's talking about, the first one we read, especially in the Gospel of John, in which he says, in the state of oneness with Yahweh, which is Hebrew, which means I am. Interesting how this all ties together. I am is the way and the truth and the life, but the ego says I am this or I am that, thus attaching itself only to a small portion of the vastness. You see, now, when we do treatment and you got something going wrong, there's suffering and discord in your life, what happens is we've attached ourselves to a small I am. I am less than. I am not worthy. I'm not good enough. You see, those are all states of I amness that don't serve us. So when we embrace the true I am magnificent. I am divine. I am God manifest right here, right now. I am love. I am charity. I am kindness. I am health. I am goodness. I am prosperity and abundance. All those things are just as powerful to say as that junk that we believe. And we built an existence around that junk, which perpetuates separation, which takes us back to point one. We're in that separate state. We're locked into repeating the same old thing. You want something new? Oneness is the way. Let's go next one. Okay? Now, Kemi G, she's interesting. And I thought, I thought about you, Paige, when she does stuff with the Akashic Records. She says, our purpose is not oneness, but to realize oneness. Oneness itself is not something to be achieved. We are one in spirit already. What we are working on is to remember and accept this oneness. Think about that. So you don't got to work on it. And just like I said, you don't have to go find it. It just is. You have to remember. Remember who you are. Okay, and so in this time of great awakening, spiritual change, spiritual upheaval, that awakening, the first thing we need to awaken to is our oneness. You want to change the world, go out there and get 10 people to wake up to their oneness, just the concept, and then have them get another 10 people to wake up, because we have a sleeping planet. We have a planet that is sleepwalking on a path to its own destruction. And in that sleepwalking, they're missing out the truth. And so we need that. We need folks to wake up. Let's go to the next one. Rumi, shall I tell you your secret? We are charming thieves who steal hearts and never fail because we are the friends of the one. Blessed is the poem that comes through me, but not of me, because the sound of my own music will drown the song of love. So what he's talking about is getting out of his own way and letting his love, putting that but away and letting the love flow out. Next one. Okay, Sarada Alida Daly, she's pretty young. She said, the wonders of life, you and I are the light. Seek within. There is no one to fight. Love is all. We are one. Concentrate on bringing forth your sight. Breathe deep. The universe is waiting for you, divine ones. Okay? She's a 20-something. And these people are waking up. And guess what? You're not here in this room by coincidence, just because of the luck of the draw. You're here because you're ready for this message. Grasp it, take it within, and then take it without. Next, please. Now, this is our final one, Ernest Holmes. Now, I want to focus on his first words because I've been saying this. Wake up! Your word is all-powerful. Your consciousness is one with omnipotence. Not some of your, okay? Your thought is infinite. Your destiny is eternal, and your home is everlasting heaven. The divine within you, the place, your comfort zone is everlasting heaven. Realize the truth. I am living in a perfect universe. You are living in a perfect universe. It was always perfect and will always be perfect. But what's the key? What do you got to do? First word. What? What? Wake up to what? Oneness, that you are one. We are one with all, and we are one with the divine. So, in closing, you are majestic, wonderful, whole, and complete manifestations of Source. I'm not lying to you. You want to muscle test it? Go ahead and test it. You are one with the divine. The divine courses through you. Any degree of separation that we experience, and I experience it, it happens because we're used to it. It's a habit. It's like scratching that itch, okay? Any degree of separation we put there. The divine doesn't put there. We've learned it, we're comfortable in it, and that's been the place where we live. Understanding and accepting the divine is the next step. I invite you to evolve today, right now, and be the oneness that you are. See the oneness that you are. I challenge you, when you leave here, to see the oneness with everything that is. Okay? The beauty that surrounds us. As we're visiting, see the oneness and the reflections of you in everyone else's eyes, because it's the truth. I know it's the truth. I declare to you that truth. And together we say, and so it is.